Chris here, taking a look at a new brand. It's the NOKOFORZA. Now this is a city commute e-bike that doesn't even really look like an e-bike. The good thing about it, and the best part I think, is it is Italian designed, Italian made, and they are not using Chinese import components. I'm normally covering Chinese e-bikes, and this is pretty much a top quality bike that they have on offer here with all of the brand components. So it is a 250 watt powered e-bike. It's an FSA motor that they use, up to 43 Newton meters of torque. It has a Samsung battery located in the frame right here, which is 252 watt hours. It takes about 4 hours to fully charge it and will give us a range of around 90 to 100 kilometers in the lowest eco pedal assist level. Maximum speed is 25 kilometers per hour with the pedal assist. It's got 700C wheels, or 28 inches, hydraulic disc brakes, and it only weighs 14.8 kilos, which is about the same weight as a carbon fiber e-bike that I recently reviewed in the channel. Hydraulic disc brakes, these are 160 millimeter, and they give really good strong braking performance, both front and rear. The Forza uses a speed sensor and a torque sensor, and it is very quick to deliver that power, and it's very smooth, the power delivery. And part of the reason it is so smooth is because it has this, a belt drive. Now it's a carbon belt, it's from VEER, it's the Split Belt Pro, and it does have a belt tensioner right here. So if you need to remove the rear hub, it's very easy just to pull down on this, release the tension on the belt, and simply slip it off. The battery is located in the frame right here. Now it's serviceable, but it's not user replaceable. You cannot just go along and remove it. It's a Samsung battery, 252 watt hours. It takes 4 hours to charge. The charging port is right here. It's got a little dust cap, weatherproof cap that goes over the top of it. And it's a 36 volt system that they use. And you see that NOKO has some mounting points here for a bottle holder. There's one here and on the other side of the frame. So we have 700C wheels, the tires are CST Selector, and the rims are Vision. So again, branded components they have gone with. The seat is comfortable, it doesn't have a lot of padding to it. There's a bit there, so it is firm, but it's suited to this style of bike. And the seat post here, that's an FSA branded seat post. The handlebar is also FSA, more FSA components here, and they are using lock grips. The levers for those hydraulic brakes, they do feel very good. And you'll notice that there is no screen, no display with this particular e-bike, and that's one of the reasons why it doesn't look like an e-bike. To power on the bike and control the pedal assist levels, we have this single button right here. Now it has these color-coded LEDs, so when it lights up, you know the pedal assist level you are in. So turning it on now, you hold it down for about 2 seconds, it's powered on now, and you go through the different pedal assist levels, you get a different color for it too. And if you get to the red one, that is the top level, which is boost. So it has 5 pedal assist levels, and this is also a battery gauge for us. Onto my riding test now. So if you haven't gathered, I am really loving this bike so far. It's quality, it just screams quality. The finish, the components, they have used everything. Now I wanted to point out that the kickstand, this is an optional extra. It's working fine, it doesn't rattle. In fact, there are no rattles from this bike whatsoever. You won't hear any noises. I've got the microphone on, so if it picks up anything, it's going to be very rare because there's nothing that's rattling around. And that just shows, to me at least, the quality of the bike and the assembly too. So you don't have to really assemble it at all. You just got to straighten out the handlebars when you get it out of the box. Now the seat is adjustable. You're going to need to use an Allen key to adjust that. There's no quick release on anything here with it. You need Allen keys for it all. But that's probably why nothing's rattling and why it does actually feel really good. So I'm in the perfect place to test it out, which is in a bike lane here. Now starting out, you need to press the button, hold it down for a couple of seconds here, and then it turns on. You've got those 5 pedal assist levels. It is super smooth, the power delivery, because that KSA motor, 250 watts, with just over, I think it's around about 42 Newton meters or 43 Newton meters of torque, kicks in straight away. So it's using a speed sensor and a torque sensor, and it delivers that power super smooth. And of course we've got the belt drive here, so no chain, you've got no noisy chain, no maintenance of a chain, which does make the ride extra smooth. But of course the downside is we just have the single gear. Now the riding position with the bike, you are crouched down a little, you're not upright just because of the handlebar height. Now it is smooth, very easy to ride along here. But what about top speed? I push real hard now, and using my watch, I've seen that I can get up to around 32 kilometers per hour maximum speed. And now the climb test here. So this is about 25 degrees, 30. It is steep. And I do have it set in the red color, which is the boost mode, the level 5 of 5 for pedal assist. So pushing up this with the torque sensor, I can feel it giving me that aid. And so far, this is not actually bad. This is better than the Utopia so far, that carbon fiber bike. Okay, I have to put a little more effort in, the steeper it gets now, but still not too bad. And it starts to get a little steeper here. More effort is required, but I don't feel like I need to stand up like I did with the 250 watt motor in the Utopia carbon e-bike. No, this NOKOFORZA is doing this not too bad, but it's not its strength. Now the braking performance, so hydraulic disc brakes, 160 millimeter disc from here. Pretty good braking, a little bit of a delayed response there from me, but I am really impressed with the brakes on this particular bike because they're hydraulic brakes, but they give plenty of stopping power and you can stop safely when you want, even traveling at high speeds. And here I am now at the end of the coast here in Dania, Las Rodas, my typical e-bike, e-scooter route that I do take, and it has been a very pleasant ride, really smooth, great power delivery, good brakes, and listen to this. No rattles, nothing is rattling at all, and that is a sign of not only a quality bike, but very good assembly too. Nothing's loose. So how's the range with this bike? It is very good. Thanks to the 700C wheels, and if you do, of course, ride over 25 kilometers per hour, you're not actually then using the battery. So I'm looking at over 80 kilometers with my 82 kilo weight, and then the climbs that I've been doing, and yes, I have been riding quite a few instances over 25 kilometers per hour, so not even touching the battery. So it's really good. And most of the time I was using the pedal assist level 3 or 4, even sometimes the red mode, the boost mode, to go up those climbs. Now let's talk a little bit about that climbing performance. It has surprised me because normally with the single gear, the single belt drive, they don't have good climbing performance when they have the legal 250 watts with them. But the Forza here did really well with the climb, a lot better than those others. The competitors out there, for example, just off the top of my head, what I've recently reviewed is the Utopia, similarly priced bike, carbon fiber that weighs about the same as this bike too. This is 14.8 kilos, that one's 15. This climbs better than that bike, a lot better. You still have to put a little bit of effort in, there's no gears, and they do have a model that is called the Volcano that is pretty much the same bike, but it has the gears. Now great that we've got brand components for everything. They've used lock grips, hydraulic brakes. It just screams quality, this bike. And for me, it's a bit of a no-brainer. If you're looking at the Utopia, which is similarly priced, it's carbon fiber, yes, but don't let that fool you. This is a much better bike in terms of quality, build quality, the assembly, and the components, especially that they've used. This is the bike that I think, if you're looking for a city commute bike you want to hang on to for, say, 5 years or 10 years, you're better off getting something like this. So it's a quality bike, very smooth, good ride, torque sensor, speed sensor, pretty much has it all. And if you're after a bit of a stealth-like e-bike that doesn't even look like an e-bike, well, this one is perfect. That's where I run into some minor complaints from me, and they're very minor. There is no screen with it. There is going to be an application from FSA for, of course, the motor there, but we don't have a screen to get all that information like a trip computer, your current speed. That's missing. Now, of course, you can easily get a speedometer and a trip computer for any bike, so you could do that. There's a way around it, but I do wish it was included. The other is very minor, and that is that, of course, there's no gears with it, but you've got that other model if you do want the gears. Overall, fantastic e-bike. I wish I could hang on to this bike and keep it. Unfortunately, it is just a loan unit, but thank you so much for watching my review here of the NOKOFORZA.